I've had enough time to progress everything. Not progress, process. Oh, excuse me. Man. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my Money in the Bank 2021 review. Man. Man, what a show it was, I gotta say. I feel like with crowds being back, I feel like I've enjoyed the shows much better. Like SmackDown SmackDown was awesome. Money in the Bank was really good. So, man, fans have really brought back the energy, that we've missed for WWE programming. So yeah, that's really all I can say. Anyway, so we begin with the pre-show. The Usos become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, defeating Rey and Dominic Mysterio, which kind of surprised me because again, as I said on my SmackDown review, the Bloodline got the win. The Bloodline got the win on SmackDown, so I thought that ultimately meant the Mysterios were going to retain, but no. The first title change in front of live crowds was the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So that was pretty interesting. So the Usos are once again Tag Team Champions, and the Bloodline are now dripping in gold. So the first actual match that started the show was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Nikki Ash, Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Natalya, and Tamina all battling it out in the Money in the Bank ladder match. A lot of the women got pretty positive reactions. The loudest reaction of the night was Naomi by far. She got the best reaction out of everybody in the match. Her reaction alone should have been enough for Vince McMahon to be convinced that she should have won Money in the Bank, but I digress. But anyway, throughout this whole match, I was saying all the time, I was like, yeah, I'm not convinced. Nikki, I'm not convinced. Alexa Bliss is winning. There is no way that anybody else is going to pull down that briefcase. And when I saw Alexa Bliss get buried within the ladders, I was like, yeah, everyone's going to fight on top of the ladder. She's going to rise out and use her magic powers to push everybody off, and then she'll climb right up and then pull down the briefcase. Surprisingly, I was wrong. And I'm actually glad to be wrong that Alexa won. I'm actually glad about that, because I didn't want her to win it, period. I would have been okay with literally anybody winning, as long as it didn't go into the hands of Alexa Bliss. And it went into the hands of Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross was the last person I didn't expect to win. So here's my thoughts, and here are my opinions on Nikki Ash winning the Money in the Bank. These are my honest, well, I wouldn't say honest, but these are my opinions. I'm okay with her winning. Good for her. She was off TV for so long. I remember early this year, I think it was either sometime this year before WrestleMania, or even most of last year when she got drafted to Raw. I remember so many people saying, where is Nikki? Because I remember Nikki Cross was not getting any television time. She had her little small feud with Alexa when Alexa was transitioning into this female fiend. Then she was off TV for months. She was off TV for months and months and months. No peep of Nikki Cross. There was no peep of Nikki Cross. We saw nothing of her for the better part of maybe 5 to 6 months. She was off TV for a long time, and I remember fans saying, where's Nikki? Where's Nikki? Where's Nikki? And then she finally makes her return on television and got some big wins over Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, and then adopted her own character. Then she adopted her own character. Vince likes it. Creative, obviously, behind the new character that Nikki Cross pitched. And look what it's rewarded her. Look what it's rewarded her. This is great. This is great stuff. She pitched an idea. Vince is behind it. And now she's being rewarded. Yes, Nikki Ash wasn't the person that people were clamoring for to win Money in the Bank. I get it. She's not the person everybody wanted. Everybody wanted Liv. I wanted Liv too. But I'm not going to throw a hissy fit like a 5-year-old about it. I'm not going to crack the shits and throw my remote at a television or start saying Nikki Cross isn't the future or she doesn't need it. She's been a champion before. I'm not going to friggin', make up bullshit or complain about Nikki Cross winning. I think Nikki Cross winning, even though it's, wasn't everyone's choice, it certainly wasn't my choice. I didn't expect Nikki Cross to win. As I said, I was expecting Alexa Bliss. 1,000,000,000,000% I was behind Alexa Bliss winning the whole thing. Because I felt like it was so blatantly obvious. But I would have taken anybody winning this match over Alexa Bliss. I would have literally taken anybody. And also, before people go ahead and get all pissy because, oh, she's a superhero, she's got a superhero character, how come it's stupid for Nikki Cross to dress up as a superhero, but yet Gregory Helms did the exact same thing years ago when he created the Hurricane? So why is it stupid for Nikki Cross to dress up as a superhero, but it wasn't stupid when the Hurricane did it? That's my main problem here, because some people are saying, oh, this gimmick is stupid. So are you calling the Hurricane stupid because he created that character? And if you're going to say, but Gregory Helms made it work. Gregory Helms, he made the Hurricane character work. So is Nikki. She's making the Nikki Ash character work. Also, the Hurricane is a former Cruiserweight champion, and he's also a former Tag Team champion. He was the Cruiserweight champion as Gregory Helms, Patrick. No. Well, yes, you are correct, but also no, you're wrong, because the Hurricane did win the Cruiserweight Championship as the Hurricane in 2002. And he was also Tag Team champion with Rosie. Does anybody remember him? Rosie from 3 Minute Warning? He was also Tag Team champion with Rosie. So how come it's a stupid gimmick for Nikki Cross, but it's not stupid for the Hurricane? Or, Nikki Cross is a superhero, she shouldn't be a champion, but the Hurricane was a champion. If the freaking Hurricane can be a champion, then sure as hell Nikki Cross can be a champion with her stupid gimmick. Yes, I wasn't. Yes, at first, I will admit it. At first, I thought it was stupid, because I was like, why the hell did WWE turn her into a superhero? But then it was revealed that it was Nikki's idea. Nikki was the one that pitched the idea, and Vince was okay with it. So now, I've said nothing about the character since. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her that Vince McMahon actually liked her idea. And people say Vince McMahon turns down wrestlers' ideas. You know what I mean? Like, fans, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, Vince always turns down wrestlers' ideas. Wrestlers, pitch a lot of things to Vince, and Vince says no, and they get all upset and all that shit. No, Vince McMahon was okay with this character. Oh, every time wrestlers pitch something to Vince, they say no. Well, maybe it's because Vince maybe didn't like the idea. Maybe Vince didn't like the idea, or he thought it was, as what people call Nikki Ash, stupid. Now, I'm not the biggest supporter of Vince McMahon either, and I want him to retire, but I just think it's cool that a character he pitched, that Nikki pitched, Vince clearly likes. Didn't you people want Nikki Cross to get television time? And as I said, I understand this wasn't who people wanted. As I said, I understand this isn't who people wanted to win. Everybody wanted Liv. I understand. I understand this wasn't the person everybody wanted. As you guys know, I like to invest in the future. I want new faces, new superstars, new people to get opportunities. Yes, Nikki Cross isn't new, per se, but, you know, she's new enough to, you know, who hasn't had a real opportunity. Yeah, she was tag team champions twice with Alexa Bliss, but I'm just saying, you know, it's at least it's someone different. I think people should just appreciate it's someone different, and it wasn't Alexa Bliss. I'm just glad it wasn't Alexa Bliss. I didn't care who won, as long as it wasn't her. But yes, I wanted Liv. But at the same time, Liv standing tall on the go-home show of SmackDown kind of ultimately confirmed she wasn't going to win. At least in my eyes. So I think people should have realized she was never winning to begin with, because she stood tall on the go-home show. If she didn't stand tall on the go-home show, maybe she would have had a better chance. But I guess I shouldn't really be saying that, because a certain queen stood tall on the go-home show and still won. So, and also the Usos stood tall on the go-home show and they won as well. So I guess in reality it shouldn't really matter. But all I'm saying is, at least it's someone different and it's someone new. And if you cannot accept that, then just take your tears and go cry somewhere else. Yes, I know, she wasn't what everybody wanted. I can understand Nikki Ash wasn't who people wanted, but at least be happy it was someone different. Just at least be happy it was someone who is the future and could actually benefit from it. Nikki Cross, I'm fine with her getting this opportunity. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. Anyway, let's move on. We had AJ Styles and Omos defend the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Viking Raiders, Ivar and Eric. I don't even think Randy Orton and Matt Riddle should beat these guys, considering that not even the Viking Raiders could beat them. And hell, I don't even want Randy Orton to win the tag team titles, especially not with that loser Matt Riddle. This was a pretty good tag team match, I'm not going to lie. This was a pretty good tag team match. Styles and Omos would get the victory, with Omos using a double-handed chokeslam to get the pin on Eric. Pretty solid match, not going to lie. Oh boy, I have been waiting to tear this match apart. I've been waiting to tear this match apart. No, it's not the Rhea Charlotte one before anybody thinks, oh, he was going to talk about it. No. We'll get to that one soon. The match that I want to tear apart is Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. I, for one, did not enjoy this match for every single second it lasted. I get it, they wanted to make Bobby Lashley look like a dominant beast. But people complained around 2 years ago. People complained about what happened between Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston. And I get it. It's a fair argument. I didn't like it either, just like everybody else. What happened between Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston, I understand, because I felt the same way. But in my opinion, WWE has managed to top it. WWE has managed to top what happened between Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar. This match went for 7 minutes and 35 seconds. And throughout that 7 minutes and 35 seconds, we had Bobby Lashley dominate Kofi Kingston. Now, remember when Brock Lesnar squashed John Cena around SummerSlam 2014, I think it was? Yeah, this match reminded me of that. When Brock Lesnar squashed John Cena at SummerSlam 2004. Kofi Kingston had zero offense whatsoever, and Bobby Lashley dominated the whole match. I hated this. And listen to this. Kofi Kingston got a monstrous ovation when he came to the ring. Understandable, because he's beloved by many. But Bobby Lashley, this guy is our WWE champion. As soon as that guy's music hit, no noise. No noise. You could literally hear a pencil falling. I didn't hear a single cheer from this man when he walked out to the ring. And I had a lot of people say that all fans will love Big Bob, as what people call him. Big Bob! Oh, people are going to love Bobby Lashley. People are going to cheer him. They're going to love him because they were a big fan of the Hurt Business. Well, I'm guessing all these people are obviously over Bobby Lashley as WWE champion. Bobby Lashley got no reaction whatsoever, and he is the WWE champion. If your WWE champion is getting zero reaction, then you've majorly made yourself a bit of a problem. Because who gives a shit about Bobby Lashley? This man was a joke for a few years, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe he's a dominant champion. Give me a godforsaken break. So Bobby Lashley dominated all match. All match. Not even close. So yes, this was worse than what happened between Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar. Bobby Lashley retained. He dominated most of it. Now, let's talk about it. Rhea Ripley defending the Raw Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. This is probably what most of you have been waiting for, to hear my reaction to this match. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. I didn't hate the match. Matter of fact, I loved the match. I think fans are wrong about Rhea and Charlotte not having good chemistry. Because I think at Money in the Bank, I think they've proven that they have really good chemistry with each other. So fans that say that they have zero chemistry are wrong. They have amazing chemistry. It's not the match itself I had a problem with. I loved the match. I consider it my favorite match out of all the matches they've had. You know, out of the few they've had. From WrestleMania a few years ago, or I should say last year, and their one at Hell in a Cell. The whole storyline between these two, or at least I believe this was the storyline. So the whole storyline was that Rhea Ripley could not beat Charlotte Flair. That was the storyline, at least in my opinion. At least that's how I looked at it. And after what happened tonight, it kind of made the whole storyline pointless, and it also kind of proves the storyline's point. Rhea Ripley can't beat Charlotte. Like I said, I didn't have a problem with the match itself. It was more the result that kind of annoyed me the most. And it obviously saddens me and it breaks my heart. If you guys follow my channel, you know how much I adore Charlotte. You guys know how much I love Charlotte Flair. If you guys have followed my channel, you know how much I adore this woman and how much she means to me as a person. When AJ Lee retired in 2015, I thought for the longest time I had no more favorites. and I have a cup of Coke because I'm so Australian. For the longest time, when AJ left, I thought for the longest time I was not going to care about the women's division anymore. But then Charlotte debuted and she really got my attention. Because I consider her one of the people that got my love back for women's wrestling. And along with Sasha Banks as well. And Charlotte and Sasha's feud in 2016 brought my love back for women's wrestling. And it really brought back what I loved about women's wrestling when I watched AJ Lee perform. And Kelly Kelly. But the difference is back then, I would only pick one person I would like, and I'd be like, screw the others. But now I've started to grow and love more wrestlers. I've grown to love more than one woman. Because back in my day, I liked only one person. I think the only other time I had more than one favorites was when Kelly Kelly and Eve were around, and also AJ Lee became my sole favorite after they were both gone. So, yeah, Charlotte and Sasha basically helped get my love back for women's wrestling, and I appreciate them for bringing it back. And it just, I don't want to say Rhea is buried, because I don't want to think like that. I don't want to think like that, but a part of me just wants to. A part of me just wants to just be angry and frustrated that once again, that Rhea Ripley just couldn't get her revenge. She couldn't get the win that she deserved. She couldn't get the win that she needed. And another thing I was quite surprised with is how split the fans were. I was very surprised that the fans cheered Rhea and Charlotte. I was quite surprised the fans were 50-50 with Charlotte, because I really thought the fans were going to be full on hatred for Charlotte Flair. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, 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 the queen, you know? But it was 50-50. Let's go Charlotte, let's go Rhea chance. And I think that's what made the match even better. Crowd chanted, we wanted Becky. Charlotte gave them the bird, which I thought was really hilarious. I thought that was very hilarious. Good on Charlotte for doing that. Not saying I don't want to see Becky, but this isn't about Becky. She'll be back soon, though. I'm very, very sure she'll be back soon. And I'm pretty sure Charlotte's only a transitional champion just so then Becky Lynch can come back and beat her at SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure that'll be the match they'll be heading. But I'm also expecting another match, which I'll talk about in a second. Like I said, I didn't hate the match. I considered this match my favorite match out of all of them. But it more just pisses me off that the fact that Charlotte Flair just can't put over one godforsaken person. Sasha Banks does it all the time. Sasha does it all the godforsaken time, puts over young star after young star after young star after young star. But why the hell Charlotte can't do it? Why the hell Charlotte can't just elevate somebody? That's more my issue. And listen, it's okay to criticize your favorites. It's okay to speak negatively about your favorites. It's okay to do that. You don't have to be afraid to do that. You need to do that. And just because I say these things about Charlotte doesn't mean I hate her. Just because I'm mad that she won, or just because I think WWE, has once again done the B-U-R-I-E-D word on Rhea, even though I really do not want to think that, but my brain is processing me to say that. It just frustrates me. It just frustrates me so much that Sasha does it all the time, but Charlotte just can't do it once. She just can't do it once. What, is it going to kill her Is it gonna kill her credibility? Is it gonna kill her legacy? If she loses one match clean? She's lost plenty of matches clean. Throughout her entire career, she's lost plenty of matches clean, and her reputation has never been destroyed. Loved the match, just didn't agree with the ending. That's really all I'm trying to say. If there's any match I would go back and watch between the two of them, it'd definitely be this one, because I definitely loved this match. So now we have to deal with Charlotte Flair once again as champion. It's the first time she's been Raw Women's Champion since 2016, and she now ties Sasha Banks with 5 reigns as the Raw Women's Champion. I guess that's now a thing. Men's Money in the Bank: Big E, Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. This was another really good match. I thought this one was better than the women's. And we had some really sick spots. Like we had Seth Rollins powerbomb Kevin Owens through a ladder. Nasty bump there by Kevin Owens. Congrats to him on a real nasty bump. Something that Alexa Bliss would never do. She would never take a powerbomb through a ladder, because that's too scary for her. So congrats to Kevin Owens on taking that nasty, vicious bump. Props to him. We also saw some other craziness in the match. But in the end, we got Big E delivering big ending on Seth Rollins off the ladder. And Big E climbs up and pulls down the briefcase. Hallelujah! WWE have finally had 2 Money in the Bank winners with a young superstar, 2 young superstars. They went with 2 young superstars in a row to win Money in the Bank this year, and I'm very glad. And I know, and listen, I don't like putting age. I think the age is kind of an excuse, but you know, I mean, I look at it as, okay, like, I think Edge is too old. I think Goldberg's too old. I consider them old, and I don't want to see them again. But for people to tell me that Nikki Cross is too old because apparently 32 makes you old, because a few people told me, oh, if you're around 20, if your age is from 21 to 29, you are considered young. So I find it funny that people told me that, so I was just me saying, so basically you're calling everybody else from age 30 and over old. And I found that really funny. I found that real funny, and I was cracking up laughing when people were telling me that. It's such a stupid argument. It's such a stupid argument. You're arguing you're giving me a stupid argument just because somebody that you wanted to win didn't win. Nikki Cross is 32 and Big E is 35. Who's clearly younger? Nikki is. Now I'm not trying to take away from Big E's win. Big E deserves it. He's still young. He's still young. He's still a young guy. I'm not saying he's old. He's still a young guy. Both Nikki and Big E are young superstars who are going to provide the future of WWE. Nikki Cross is a superhero. She provides the future as a character for little kids to like. That's something to benefit for her future. And also maybe her being a champion could also help that. Being a champion also helps, because it kind of shows that, hey, you could have the most silliest gimmick, you could have a silly gimmick, but you can still be a champion. You know? It's the whole point of Nikki winning, right? She may have a silly character, which I don't think is really as silly now after realizing Nikki wanted it. It was Nikki's idea. But you could have a silly gimmick and you could still be a champion. I think we've had so many people with silly gimmicks and they've been champions. Big E, he's so deserving. He is so deserving to be a world champion. I'm happy for the guy. I just wish people would stop using age as an excuse for someone. Oh, this person shouldn't win because this person's age is this. Who cares? It doesn't... Who cares how old they are? Good Lord. Good Lord, man. Just be freaking happy they're not giving it to people that we don't want it to be given to. Like I said with the women, I understand why people are upset that Nikki won. Everyone wanted Liv, and I understand. But at least it was still given to somebody young. I mean, what the heck? No one's gonna listen to me. What the heck? No one's gonna listen to my opinion because my opinion is stupid. My opinion is stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. But Big E's a young guy. He deserves it. I'm happy for him. Nakamura is a bit older. I wanted Nakamura, but Nakamura's older. He's in his 40s. But again, I don't think... But again, I'm happy Big E won. He deserves it. I think he's going to cash in on Bobby Trashley. I think he's going to cash in on Bobby Trashley and save us all from the nightmare of the almighty era. Main event time. Main event time. It was Roman Reigns defending the Universal title against Edge. This match was way too long. This match went on for way too long than it should have. It was 35 minutes long. I'm not going to go over everything. There were some pretty good moments here in this match, but I literally didn't care for this matchup, mainly because of Edge. But you know, I'll give these guys credit. They did fine. These guys did well for a worthy main event. Just didn't care. I just didn't care because I didn't want Edge to win. It was really close, really on the edge of your seat material, definitely. Definitely on the edge of your seat material. But in the end, Seth Rollins would come out and he would cost Edge the Universal Championship. Thank you, Seth Rollins. Thank you so much for not giving me the horrors of having to see Edge as a champion. Thank you so much. Reigns would retain with a spear to Edge, retaining his Universal title. Seth and Edge are now off in the races with their feud. And then we heard the theme song of John Cena, and holy cow, the roof went off of, where the heck are they? The Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth, Texas. The Dickley's Arena. No joke, that's what it said. The Dickley's Arena. The arena went off, the Dickley's Arena, for John Cena as he made his return. Nice to see John back. He'll be making his return to Raw. Not sure why, but I think he should be on SmackDown if he's feuding with Roman Reigns. Or unless he's feuding with Bobby Lashley. I guess we'll soon see. I don't think John Cena should win either title, because John Cena doesn't need to win another title. Yes, I know everyone wants to see him become the 17-time champion, break Ric Flair's record. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Not right now. Roman Reigns is one of the most dominant champions we've seen in ages. He's one of the most dominant Universal champions. I don't think John Cena should beat Roman Reigns. But that's just me. That's just me. So thank you all so much for joining me for this review. This was a really enjoyable show. I really did enjoy it. Fans being back really helped So, thank you all so much for joining me for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up. Give me your comments. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments. And I will see you all next time.